What's good, YouTube? Menesteel here, wishing everybody a happy New Year's. And with the New Year, Pocket has dropped the MAREEP Drop Event, in which we have a chance at some brand new promos that if you're a collector like me, are a must-have. And if you're a competitive player, well, anyways, before we get into the event task and deck list, let's look at the 5 promos exclusive to this event, starting with MAREEP. There's not much to MAREEP. It's the basic MAREEP that does 10 damage with the rear kick. The best part about it is that it's a full art. Makes if you're an Ampharos EX enjoyer, whether it's casually or losing in tournaments, this is great. I love the art. I love I guess the abundance of MAREEPs. As I only have one, I will be going for a second. Then we have a Magikarp, 1 energy expert splasher. This one is exclusive to the event. It hasn't been printed in any other. It's not like a alternate art or anything. Flip 2 coins if both of them are heads. This attack does 20 more. Do I see this one seeing play? Not at all, but as always, like I said, if you're a collector, you're going to want all of these. Swablu, Find a Friend. This is the one that might see some play, mainly if anybody wants to increase their consistency rather than have the off chance where sleep buys them a turn or wins them the game as a whole. Personally, I think the sleep one is far more competitive, but I could see some people using Find a Friend as in their Altaria list. Then we have the Crocodile rare. Well, rare I say because it has the foiling of a 3 diamond, but nonetheless, it is just a reprint. That's a different alternate art of the ones we already have. Unfortunately, it hasn't seen play before. It won't see play now. Then we have Arcanine. This one was also printed in, I want to say, Mega Rising, but for 2 energy, Fire Fang 50. I like the art. I'll give it that much. But those are the 5 promos. The only one else that might see competitive play is definitely the Swablu, and then my go-to, if I had to, I just like the full arts of all these drop events. There's a reason why it's the main chase, but nonetheless, let's jump to the task of this event. As always, these events are divided into 4 different difficulties: beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert. The first list that we'll be using is going to be marking all the tasks from all of these. As you see, beginner requires knock out an active Pokemon 1 time with a fighting Pokemon, then put down 3 basics. For intermediate, we have, again, knock out your opponent's active Pokemon 1 time with a fighting. Use a stage 1 and use 2 cards from Crimson Blaze. As you see, it starts coming together. I know it's being semi-spoiled, as you can see it right there. It's Lopunny. Again, knock out with a fighting. This is the advanced one. With a fighting, use at least 1 Mega Evolution Pokemon and 6 cards from Crimson Blaze and win without giving any points. And then for expert, the deck that we'll be showing first is, the only thing we're looking at is this one, win with the Mega in the deck as well. So all those tasks are completed with just 1 deck, which is the Lopunny deck. The list we'll be using for beginner, intermediate, advanced, and then for that 1 mission expert of using a Mega Pokemon will be this Mega Lopunny deck. As you see here, you're going to be able to knock out Pokemon with fighting. You're going to be able to use a stage 1. You're going to have 3 basics in the bench. Also, you have 6 Mega Rising cards. That's why we're playing the Double Serena. Double Serena is not standard in Mega Lopunny. You're using it with Copycats and May. You have multiple ways of reaching or finding the cards you need. However, we use the Double Serena just to meet that requirement. The Double Baneri, Double Lopunny, and Double Serena are your 6 Mega Rising cards. So that cover every mission from advanced under, and then the Lopunny, that 1 Mega list. As it's pretty standard. If you played Mega Lopunny at any capacity, this deck is super standard. You want to have your Baneri evolve into Lopunny with Lucario. You're knocking out basically everything. Otherwise, early game, Himotop is not only knocking out what's in front of you, it's knocking out everything in the bench. Very straightforward. You'll see in the gameplay, we just crush the expert level, and every level under it is just that much easier. And then the second deck we'll be using is a 12 card Crimson, it's for these, win without an EX Pokemon and win with 12 Crimson Blaze cards. For that deck, we'll be using a Magnezone Heliolisk deck. For the expert battle of 12 Crimson Blaze cards and no EX, I suggest this Magnezone Heliolisk Oricorio deck. Oricorio goes a long way in stopping what the expert level deck is doing. Ampharos has access to Ampharos itself, Tapu Koko, and it has 1 answer to Oricorio coming in the Raikou that requires 2 energy. They're not playing any form of E-Switch. Yes, they have the, what's it called? The electrical cord, but they really ignore Raikou / not even use it until they need to, which is when Oricorio's out there. For the most part though, Oricorio will wall, knocking out the Tapu Koko or even Ampharos. If you knock out the Ampharos, you just win, obviously. It's a Mega, it takes 3 points. So you just wall both of those, and then if they bring out Raikou, you have the Heliolisk or Magnezone that knock it out in 1 hit, and then you just go right back into walling with Oricorio. They only play 1 Cyrus, so realistically, yes, Ampharos' spread damage could hit your bench if you set it up in a point where like you're walling with Oricorio, your bench is still vulnerable to that extra 60 damage that it does. But they only play that one Cyrus, so they can't bring out 3 points with their Cyruses. Every Pokemon in this deck, since we're not playing EXs, count as 1 point. So you're able to like sacrifice the first Oricorio if they bring out the Raikou and knock it out, to just then knock out with Magnezone and Heliolisk, and then sacrifice that to either Coco or Ampharos, and then the second Oricorio closes it out. Although you will have many situations in which you could just knock out the initial Pokemon and then close it. Like if Oricorio takes care of Tapu Koko, once they bring out the Raikou, you just close it out there. Most of the time you don't have to deal with Ampharos. Nonetheless, I'll have gameplay showing both how to beat the expert level with the low pony deck and this deck. So after that, there is the missions to beating the expert level 5 times, followed by beating it 10 times. That you could end up using whatever deck you want. Me personally, I would probably just recommend keep using the low pony deck, but any fighting deck or any meta deck should be able to beat this drop event over and over and over again. But to meet all the requirements, these are the only 2 lists that you'll need. So thank you for watching. I hope you have the best of luck finding the promos. Happy New Year's. Please consider subscribing, and above all else, stay pro. Alright, so we're going second, which lets us attack first, obviously. We have the energy advantage. Would we have liked to see low pony, like Bonairy to low pony immediately? Yeah, but we technically have a way of getting there somewhat. Lead Raikou. They're ready for the wrong deck, I guess. Yeah, because that's their one out to Oricorio, which is our like the best way of beating the non-EX version of beating the deck is definitely with Oricorio here. That copycat for 4 is good start for them for sure. Pokeball here. Missed on Bonairy, but we still find low pony for what that's worth, right? No reason not to knock out here, not to swing at Raikou here, right? Go here. We do play May. I'm gonna hold on to this one. Let's go here. The other good things that we're yeah, we're able to back out into Hitmontop and still evolve into Lucario next turn. Candy. Tough and not tough, right? What make it annoying is, oh, okay, never mind. I was like, oh, they get to establish this, right? They have the, but they didn't go for that. Let's go. I still like this play. Drop another Riolu. Drop Lucario. We have Cyrus, so technically this is dangerous, but we could stall or whatever, but let's just do this. Knock out Raikou, start the damage on Ampharos. Sucks that we don't have Bonairy as is, but we do get a free turn of damage. No way to defend this Hitmontop though. It's gonna get knocked out. Although for the expert solo battle, which is the one we're doing right now, it's not a requirement to not give him a point. There's Bonairy. So realistically, all we gotta hope for is that the 60 damage that Lancer does doesn't go straight into Bonairy, right? And as long as we get that, we're fine. Alright. We're okay with it. We're swinging for 130 with Bonairy. So we got 90 plus 20 is 110, plus 20 of weakness is 130. So all we need is 1 heads, and the game's over here. Could technically put research. The guarantee. It's guaranteed yet. Oh, as long as we get the heads. I guess the plus side is that since we have what's this called? Since we confuse it anyways, even if we go double tails, there's still like a. I was like, for a second, it's gonna make me look bad, but yeah, there you go. That's simply how easy it is to beat with Omega EX, and this is the expert battle. This same list meets every requirement from beginner, intermediate, and advanced. I'm sure I went over that in the explanation of the deck. Now let's go to example number 2, where we'll be using a 12 card Crimson Blaze deck for this same matchup. Okay, for example, number 2, we're also going second. High key, like the worst case scenario is like they go Raikou, and then we have to back out into like a Helio. I gotta do something creative, but for the most part, if you put Ori lead. What? I didn't even know you could retract that and leave your bench open. What was that? Okay, that's something new. Yeah, most situations, the Oricorio start walls everything they have, especially Tapu Koko. Which once you knock out Tapu Koko, anything else is just game. So that's always good. And they play one copy of Flappy, but especially going, since we're going second, we'll be able to attack first. They found Raikou though. That's not cool for us, but research, Magnezone, Magnemite. Okay, perfect. So energy here and that. I wonder if they're gonna go feed Raikou and then like X speed it out, because they do have X speed. They don't have E switch or nothing, so it's not like you get too creative with the energy. See, rare candy. Okay, that makes even less sense. Granted, I'm aware that Ampharos could actually knock out the backline here eventually. Definitely go here. Let's go here and then into this. Sure. Yeah, actually, this is the first time they played like this against me, but I'm not gonna complain. There's a clear line of victory here if we could find it. We could even go Magnezone, and yeah, see why not. They'll force them to retreat. Yeah, let's just do that. Because then if they swing, it's like a coin flip. It's not guaranteed or nothing. And then whatever they put out, like, yes, Tapu Koko would be... Tapu Koko is definitely the most annoying thing that they can bring out. Raikou can't do anything to us. They found X speed. Okay, so they're just giving us the Raikou. That's so bizarre, dude. Not sure how the thought process works when deciding moves here, but the Heliolisk line is literally not doing anything right now, but trust there's Heliolisk, or however it's pronounced, plus Clemon Backpack knocks out Tapu Koko, which is usually what their lead is, at least in through experience anyways. We could do that. But this guy going down, this Raikou going down right now, makes it where they have no answer to Oricorio. Yes, in theory, Ampharos could hit the bench, making it where they could Cyrus out the bench, but the downside to that for them is that they only play one Cyrus, so it's not like they could bring out 3 different targets, right? Now we have the Heliolisk, and that's game now, actually. This should be guaranteed to find it because we have both Magnezons already. So instead of getting creative and forcing Mirror Shot or anything, we just charge this up to 2, back out into it. Clemon's back, so it swings for 140. We could even go to 160 if we wanted to. Unnecessary, though. And that's the game. That's it. That's how you beat it. Although it doesn't matter, they didn't give us a single... We didn't lose a single point. Oricorio makes it where most of the deck doesn't matter. And then they have that one answer, and then everything else in the deck answers that one answer. And then you can go right back to hiding behind Oricorio if you need to. Or if you have enough damage, you just bring it out and close it out. As you can see, this drop event is pretty simple in terms of, like, if you use these 2 decks, you should beat it in no time. You will be forced to play it multiple times because the last one, the expert requires you to beat it 5 times and then 10 times to get all the Wonder Pick glasses that now with 24-hour picks of being available or being part of the game, those have more value probably than they've ever had. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. Best of luck pulling your promos. And actually, at the time this is coming, Happy New Year's. I hope I mentioned it in the beginning. But anyways, Happy New Year's. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing. And above all else, stay pro.
Just so you guys know, there's like a wall where Dina says, okay, these are the people that are funding us. And like, I guarantee you, man, is up there.